motocross racing, big jump, trick jumps. He does snowmobiling shit, anything racing, you name it, he does. Vitz Extreme. He's part of the Nitro Circus. He's the guy who started Nitro Circus.
Oh yeah, you know what I call him? Douchebag.
Yeah, well, you just see this shit douchebags doing with those fucking kids.
Well, that's why. That's why.
Yeah.
Just, you know what? You're just that guy. Like, I don't give a fuck. You're just a jerk.
Fort McMurray is dealing with they're assessing all the flood damage that they've been dealing with.
Yeah, those poor fuckers.
Yeah, it's insane. Just, I mean, like the fire wasn't bad enough. Now they get flooding. It's just one end or the other.
Yeah,
and this happened literally a year. It was like, when was the big fire? It was like, what, 4 years ago?
Yeah, I want to say 2016.
Yeah.
You know, it's just about time to move back. Everyone's just kind of like, okay, we're recovered now. We're okay. No. Fuck this. Might as well live in Australia, you bastards.
Yeah, it was evident on May 3rd, 2016, and it's evident today. The region is full of resilience. Yeah, the region is full of death and destruction.
Almost the same. You know, it's things like that that make me believe in God. It really is. I'm just like, okay, God hates oil, and we got to figure it out. Because God or it's Greta Thunberg is God. I don't know.
I see. That wouldn't surprise me. The whole thing is just some fucked up fucking, what do they call those guys? Eco-terrorists.
How dare you?
Dare you?
That is, and I've got family that live and work there. It sucks. I feel terrible for them. Because even if it's not oil, it's just good fucking Canadians living up there, and it sucks. Oil's a dying industry. You got to pick a better job now.
Yep.
The internal combustion engine will be a thing of the past in our lifetime. I promise you that is true. But
I think they should look at doing. I think they should look at doing something to do with, say, I don't know, pumping water. I think that might be their next big business boom.
Well, that's what fracking is. All fracking is pumping water, but it's terrible for the environment and causes earthquakes and shit. So,
wonder if it helps cause floods. Who knows?
Space mining, really, that's the future is space mining.
Space mining.
So that's where you want to get into, and that's true. I'm not kidding. That is the future of mineral expert. Is going to be find an asteroid because they got all kinds of shit on them, metals that are precious and shiny rocks and shit that people like. Go to space, get out of Alberta and go to space.
There you go.
That is the next frontier. I'm not kidding.
You are not going to get flooded in space. That's for sure.
That is a true thing. A lot of fucking people are going to die, though. And that's like our first, as soon as commercial space flight becomes a thing, space death is going to become a real big thing. That's going to happen all the time.
I'm going to laugh if it ends up being the safest travel ever. I'm going to giggle myself fucking stupid. That becomes safer than everything else. That'll be
but it's all going to be manned by Canadian helicopter pilots. So.
We all know how that's going to end. Damn it. Lost another one.
Too soon doesn't exist on whatever rights.
Not at all. You know what? I'm not going to read this one because this is just fucking dumb. Basically, it's just Russia could try to covertly advise candidates in the 2020 election. I just don't care. Fuck them. But what I do care about in Russia, and this is really interesting.
I don't give a fuck about the 2020 election, honest.
No. It just doesn't
Trump's
matter.
going to win.
Yep. The third Russian coronavirus doctor. This is the third doctor that has spoken out over the conditions in the hospitals of what doctors and nurses are dealing with, has died from basically falling out of a hospital window under, quote, hazy circumstances.
You don't say.
I do.
Don't complain in Russia. What are you doing? That's like It's like every once in a while, Gord will pop up with a story like, "Oh, Iranian woman goes to jail for belly dancing." Yeah, don't belly dance in Iran. You know better. But like, Russian doctor speaks out against government, and now he's just mysteriously dead. Really? That's strange. Remember, what was the dude? What was his name? Goroshenko or whatever. The one guy who spoke out against Putin, and then he just died from some poison that no one's seen in like 100 years. Weird,
mysterious death. Like literally, I mean, the article is written so well because it literally says 3 Russian healthcare workers have mysteriously plunged from a hospital buildings in the past 2 weeks after criticizing work conditions and hospital administrators amid the coronavirus pandemic. 2 of them have died from their injuries. 1 remains in hospital.
And you know the guy writing that is just like he's got either guns or he's just scared for his family. He knows it's bullshit. If that's a Russian journalist, the Russian journalist is like, yeah, 3 guys mysteriously died, and I have no opinion of this, and I love my family. Please don't kill me. That's the part of the article you don't get to read.
This is
don't
great.
I
was,
see?
So
even
this, go ahead.
Sorry. No. You finish your story.
So the latest doctor that did this, he had posted a video online on April 22nd. The day he reportedly was hospitalized after testing positive for COVID, criticizing hospital administrators for the lack of PPE and making him work while he was sick. He said in the video, "The chief doctor is forcing us to work. What do we do in this situation?" He was subsequently warned by police after spreading false information that he could face criminal charges. They later refuted his accusations in another video, saying that he was in an emotional state when he made the claims, and then got launched got launched out of a window while he was working.
Yeah, I would be in an emotional state too if I was a doctor working hard in shitty conditions, and then I got the shitty thing that I was trying to save people from getting. I might have a thing or two to say too. Not in Russia.
Yeah,
I gotta say, like, I talk when we gotta overthrow our government. I'm talking Trudeau. If you live in Russia, don't take any of my advice ever. Russian fans. I'm talking. We need to speak up against Trudeau and Trump, and not fucking rude. Never. Putin is good. All hail Putin. If he drives by and says, "Am I doing good?" You say, "Yes, sir, Chief. You're the best." Lie to that motherfucker. He will just kill you. He doesn't give a fuck. He is like fucking Stalin 2.0. He's Stalin, but he's kind of hip too. He's like styling.
Styling.
But he will fucking kill you. You look at that guy the wrong way and you mysterious. It's always like, come on, Putin. Do you have to get the reporter to say it's mysterious now? Everybody knows it's not mysterious. You can just fucking, like, let's just stop lying, okay, Putin? I'm calling you up. Stop lying. Stop getting your journalists to lie. We know it's not mysterious. Oh, he fell out the same window as the last one who complained. What are the odds? Yeah, what are the odds? Let's do the math. We all know.
A woman who is the chief EMS officer at a cosmonaut training center outside of Moscow fell from a hospital room where she was being treated for the coronavirus. The hospital statement said she died as a result of an accident. Yeah, she opened her fucking mouth.
She's an astronaut. Have you ever heard of a fucking astronaut who would accidentally fall out a window? Like, you don't really get into the space program if you're the kind of person that would accidentally fall out a window. Jesus Christ. Oh, the astronaut lady. She didn't do the math. Jesus Christ.
That's just amazing.
That was a horrible Russian impersonation, but Jesus Christ.
So good.
Putin. Hey, if you are part of Putin's staff and you're listening to this, please be on the show with me. Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina at gmail.com. But we will do this remotely. You're not coming to my country, and I'm not telling you where I live. I would love to talk to you about all these mysterious deaths. Like, if everyone in Russia either dies of old age or mysterious circumstances. Like, no one's ever just fucking old.
No, it's true. It's very true. Everything's mysterious.
And it's a good thing Putin's so innocent. Jesus Christ. See, you were right last night when I said we need a supervillain. He is the closest we've got.
He is. Without a doubt
he is the closest thing to a Bond villain the world has ever had.
Yep. Absolutely. And I think that he would revel knowing that that's what we think of him. He would be like, yes, finally.
Oh, the dude has, like, I'm so intrigued and impressed and terrified of this man. Like, he's fascinating to me, and yet I'm scared shitless of him. I would love to have a conversation with the guy, but I would probably literally piss myself, and then I would get killed for pissing on the president's floor or something. But he's amazing to me. It's just like, just the thought process where, like, because our politicians have never done it, where his whole thing, I'm going to get in and then I'm going to manipulate the government so I'm in for the next 24 years. Like, our guys never think like that. We do some shitty things when we're in government. Like, I'll get this $16 orange juice and charge it to the taxpayer. But we're never like, I'm gonna change the Constitution so I'm legally in power for 24 years. And I'm gonna chuck people who oppose me out windows. Like, and that's just a position in his government. You're like the minister of window chucking.
When you go home tonight, so how's your day? Fucking 5 today. Oh my god, I drive all over town. Oh
my god,
they're not even paying me for gas for this.
Yeah, right.
Gotta take public transit. This shit's taking forever.
Well, at least you're not the minister of drag him up the stairs. That's the worst ever.
That's so good. The last thing I have, oh my god, I'm literally crying right now. It's so funny. The last thing I have right now is Senate and is going over to the U.S. Senate Intelligence Committee member Tom Cotton. He did an interview with a thing called The Story on Monday that he says that the U.S. should break away from the World Health Organization and follow in forming a new global agency if WHO fails to commit to more transparency and accountability.
Well,
this is funny because this is exactly what me and you were talking about the other night about this.
Word for word.
If you can't trust this group, what do you do? And you're like, well, you form a new one. But I'm like, what's the point? They're all being created by the same fucking people anyway, so it doesn't matter. But yeah.
Well, Tom Cotton, thank you for listening. Yep. I like the cut of your jib. I like your swagger, sir. Clearly he got that idea from us, and that's good. Tom, run with it. I'm on your side. But Gord's right too. Don't just turn it into a bullshit factory as soon as you win.
Just because you get what you want doesn't mean you get to just create whatever you want. You know, the whole point is supposed to be more transparency and accountability. He says that the WHO director and his team need to leave the WHO and leave now. But if they don't leave and the WHO doesn't commit itself to more transparent accountability, then the United States should lead the world's leading countries from a scientific standpoint to create a new organization that will be a World Health Organization and not a world politics organization.
Well done, Tom. I don't think you're going to lead too many people. Trudeau just pledged an extra $80 million to the WHO. So apparently you didn't talk to Canada about this one. because we're not following you anywhere. We're all hoo. We just pledged a whole bunch of money to the WHO, but I am totally on board with this. I think you're right. Well, really, Tom, I'm right. Let's be honest. It was my idea.